Hey, hello, this is Saucony Paul, and I am here to show you the new Saucony models for Runaway Shoes VIP event. We are looking at shoes, some new items that are coming out right now, and then color updates for summer, and then some new styles that'll be coming out June, July. And I'm pretty excited to show you everything. Got some really great stuff to show, and I think you're going to love what you see today. So I'm going to start with the Endorphin Collection, which came out in the summer of 2020. We have some updates here. All the updates are going to have the same midsole, same outsoles, just new uppers on all three of the Endorphin models. So Endorphin Pro, Endorphin Speed, and Endorphin Shift. The Endorphin Pro, which I'm going to start with right here. The Endorphin Pro is the $200 racing shoe. Some people can actually train in it because there's enough cushioning to do some pretty high mileage in it. But with the carbon plate, so it's a full-length carbon plate that is S-shaped, goes with the shape of the midsole, and that makes it pretty stiff, so you can have a little bit of fatigue afterwards if you have a rigid foot. But I know other people that have been putting a lot of miles in them. So again, same outsole, same midsole. So this is Power Run PB foam, has the carbon plate that, like I said, it runs full length of the shoe. What the product team did was just basically change the upper, add a little bit of a heel counter, tightened up the midfoot grip, added these gilly lacing pieces right there to lock down the foot a little bit more. Still has a nice open wide toe box, and went to a mono mesh on it. It's so thin you can kind of see through. You can see the plastic that is stuffing the shoe. Reinforced the toe cap to give it a little bit more strength. This color will be black, white, silver. This will be a both men's and women's color. And this shoe will be coming out. This update will come out on June 1st. So your color stories here, you're going to have a women's Concord Purple. This is actually more of an orange color here. On the screen here, it looks pink, but it's orange. So that's the Concord for the women, and we're going to do a scarlet red for men, which looks a little bit, again, that orange. It's a bright orange. It looks kind of pinkish here. Maybe I can change the lighting, but so that is the men's color there. We're going to do a royal blue for both women and for men. Basically the same color story here. This is more of a purple, and this will be a matching purple gilly lace there. And on the men's side, you're going to have that, we call it mulberry. It's a really dark, rich red color there. We're going to have a special colorway that will be a 3-month colorway for summer that is called Reverie. So it's a white base shoe with a print, checkerboard print on it. This is the men's version, yellow and blue outsole. And then you see that mulberry color here again for the eyelet. So your inside of the shoe, the medial side, all white. And then you have that fade checkerboard that wraps around the front of the shoe. Pretty cool. You're going to see that, like I said, in a bunch of different models. Here's the women's. Women's will come in with a purple lace, that orange, which actually here looks a little more orange. And then your outsole color there. And that'll be a June 1st launch. We are also going to offer a Visi Pro. So your bright neon colorway. This is Visi Pro red, and on my screen it looks more pink, but it's more of a bright orangey red, maybe a little better color back further. And this will be a September 1st launch. Same price point, $200, very limited. It'll be a 6-month release color, but very limited in quantity that we're going to make. And here's your women's. Men's and women's version will be exactly the same. So the second shoe in the Endorphin collection is the Endorphin Speed. So the Endorphin Speed is a racer trainer. It has the Power Run PB midsole. It has a plastic plate, a thermoplastic plate as opposed to the carbon plate. So it has a little bit more flex to it, still has that same midsole, outsole as the Pro and as the Pro and Speed 1. This is the Speed 2. So this is, again, that Reverie color. You see that white base with that checkerboard print on both the inside medial side and the lateral side. Retails for $160, and this will be a 6/15 launch, so a June 15th launch for the Endorphin Speed. Here's your black, silver, white colorway, which will be identical for men and women. You have the women's blue. So royal blue is had more of a pinkish purple lace on it, and then your men's will have that mulberry colored darker red lace on that. There's your inside and the outside of the shoe. We're going to come back with that women's Concord Purple right here with that jade colored lace and a little jade color pop in the midsole right here in the paint. And then we're going to have that scarlet kind of cardinal red. The laces are actually orange and the collar lining is orange, even though it looks pink on my screen. Same thing with the outsole. Again, that Reverie color, this is the men's Reverie, so we're going to have a little blue on that, both the inside, medial side, and the outside lateral side. And then the Visi Pro color for 9/1 launch, so September 1st, will be in Visi Slime Green. So it'll be slime green for both men and women. You're going to have some reflective threads in the lace here and a big chunk of reflectivity in the heel tab. So added visibility for obviously fall, winter running in that Visi colorway. And now to round up the Endorphin collection for the road, we have the Endorphin Shift. So the Endorphin Shift will retail at $140, actually Endorphin Shift 2. It'll come out on June 15th. And again, same midsole, same outsole. This is Power Run foam. This is actually cardinal red. It's not as pink as it looks on my screen. We're going to do a ripstop nylon along the base, and they're going to do a mono mesh upper on it. So lighter, better fitting, and more breathable. So it's going to be a nice update from the current one. This is your black-white colorway for men. Your black-white colorway for women will actually have that green jade color here. We are going to come back with a beautiful purple for the women with that fairy tale pink lacing on it and a little pop of that light lime and your pink colorway in the outsole. Again, retailing at $140, a June 15th launch. Men's, we're going to have a gray, with a little bit of that Visi orange and a nice green popping on the heel there and on the outsole. Women's, we're going to have beautiful powder blue with black ripstop. Again, that blue mono mesh, black laces on it, and a little bit of pop in the outsole. This is more that orangey color and instead of looking pink on the screen here. Then the fun Reverie colorway. Again, 6/15 launch. So you have more white base. When you look down at it, it's going to look more white. Then the profile, you see the checkerboard from the heel all the way down to the ball of the foot. This will come with an extra set of yellow laces if you decide that you want that color and to pop it a little bit. Same thing on the men's, will come with an extra set of yellow laces. The men's are going to have a blue fade to that mulberry red and then yellow and blue outsole. Again, on your medial side, the inside of the shoe, you see that same pattern. Again, looking down, top down, it has more of a white look to it. And then for September 1st, we are going to offer that Visi Pro, and this will be in that slime green colorway. This is definitely more that orangey color than pink that looks like on the screen. Again, your reflective laces, and you got a reflective tab here in the heel, right there. So that is the Endorphin collection for the road. You got the Pro, you got the Speed, and you got the Shift. 200, 160, 140 price points on that. So to round off the Endorphin collection, we have a new Endorphin Trail. So Endorphin Trail will come out on June 15th. It's going to retail for $160, and it is going to be the ultimate in trail running. This color on the outsole is more of a bright yellow, but it's Power Track. So Power Track is our grippiest rubber. It's on all of our trail shoes and some of our racing shoes. It has a nice deep tread pattern on it. But the treads are nice and open so that they won't collect as much dirt, or if they do, it'll have more of a mud release. The midsole cushioning, so the foam in the shoe is Power Run PB. So it's the same foam that's in the Endorphin Speed and the Endorphin Pro. We put a mesh wrap around it for durability. This shoe does not have a plate, but it still has speed roll technology because of the thickness of the midsole. Again, your Reverie colorway for men. It has a connected tongue to create a gator type fit at the top of the foot. Very stretchy, so it can accommodate all different arch types or instep heights. So your men's Reverie, your women's Reverie, which is very similar, but it has some pinks and oranges on it. We are going to do a women's Concord Purple. Again, that outsole is orange. It is not pink. And then a men's in that cardinal red. Again, outsole's orange, and the upper is definitely a, not quite a badger red, but close. And then for people that want something very stealth, we're going to do it in a black. All black, black mesh on top of the white midsole. The women's will have a pink sock liner in it, and then the men's will have a green sock liner in it. The only differences between the two in terms of color. Again, it's gonna be a high performance trail shoe, very light, very responsive, has a nice softness to it, but that Power Run PB cushioning foam is very responsive. It feels like it just really helps you move forward. It helps you run faster. It gives a really light, responsive feel, and everyone who's tried it just raves about it. So now we're gonna head into the Hurricane. So the Hurricane launched in January. It's the Hurricane 23. The Hurricane is plush cushioning. It's Power Run Plus cushioning. It has a TPU pronation controlling post in it. It is high stability, very plush, very soft. It retails at $160. This is the black colorway for women with a little bit of blush pink on it, more of a peachy pink color. This will come in a medium and a wide. We're also going to do the men's in a black with a little pop of yellow. You really can tell on the men's shoe here that there'll be reflective around the whole heel counter. The fit on this is going to be unbelievable. Tight heel, snug through the midfoot, nice wide roomy toe box, kind of that old school traditional Saucony fit that we lost for a few years, and now it's back, and all of our shoes are fitting amazing. So a couple new colorways for July. We're going to have Storm Blue. In this light, it looks a little more black, but it's a nice dark, really rich blue. On the women's, we have an underlay mesh with a little bit of a cobalt color, so it has a nice amount of pop on it. We're going to do the men's in the same color with a black underlay mesh, so it looks a little bit darker. Again, apologize for the lighting here, but it's a nice, deep, rich, dark blue. We are going to do an alloy gray for men. We're going to do another alloy gray for women. Again, this is orange, not pink. A little jade pop on the logo there. And then on the women's, really clean, nice, all gray, a little bit of silver pop on that, and a little bit of green in the lace up here. We're going to do that Reverie colorway. So you have a checkerboard around the collar, but on the inside of the shoe, you have a nice big black saddle. Toe down looks really like a white shoe. Women's will be identical, but we're going to have a little bit of purple on it. Excuse me. And this color up here is actually more of that orangey colorway. Again, these will come out June 9th. I'm sorry, July 9th. And it retails for $160. And that's just color updates there. So we'll also have the new Triumph 19, which will come out in on July 9th. It's a retail at the same price, $150. Not a lot of changes here. Still have your Power Run Plus midsole, so our best, most durable, softest foam. And then we're going to go to a new mono mesh upper on it, so it's a little bit lighter, a little more breathable. We enhance the fit of the heel. We enhance the tightness in the midfoot to give a little more lockdown to make the shoe feel like it's more part of your foot. The men's colorway in a width will be black with a little pop of this orange on it. And then we're going to do the women's also in a black with a pop of that jade color. So here's the outside of the shoe and here's the inside medial side. So it's going to be another go-to shoe for that person that wants super durable, super soft, really plush cushioning. We're going to come back with another gray color for the same release date for the men. Again, that's orange, not pink. And then your inside of the shoe, again, that's orange, not pink. Same thing with the little color pops here. We're going to do a gray for the women. Now, on the women's shoe, there's going to be a couple changes from my sample here. The logo will be all silver, and instead of this purple, it'll be this blue color around the heel counter collar. Very pretty, very subtle, not overstated shoe. We're going to do a men's in royal with a little bit of light blue pop and that mulberry color. And we are going to do a women's in the purple with that fairy tale pink collar lining and that bright blue pop on it. Very pretty shoe. We're going to come back with the Reverie colorway for both men and women. So here it's going to be mostly white with just that checkerboard print around the collar. For men and women. And then for August 1st, we're going to launch in a couple different versions, but a black upper, all black, tonal upper on it with a gum rubber colored outsole. And this will be an August 1st launch for both men and women. They look identical. Men's on the top, women's on the bottom. So a great shoe. Again, coming at $150. It'll be a July 9th and a August 1st launch. And then we're going to go to color updates in the Freedom. So the Freedom 4 will come out on March 1st. Here's a new men's color in the royal. And then we're going to have a men's color in the alloy gray with a bright orange. That's not pink, it's orange. And then we're going to have women's in the powder blue. We're going to do women's in that fairy tale pink with a little pop of the darker berry color on it. And then also a black with a gray outsole for both men and women. That's a carryover color from spring. And then on August 1st, we're going to launch with the gum rubber outsole and a black upper on it. Tonal on the medial side and the lateral side, you have a little pop of silver on the logo. So very clean. Men's and women's will look identical. So again, that's the Freedom. The Freedom comes in at $150 in April launch and new colors on July 8th. And now we have the Ride. The Ride 14 will launch in April. And we're going to have some carryover colorways here in the fog color for men. We'll also have the fog color for women with a little bit of red on it. We're going to carry over the men's charcoal, and then the women's charcoal will be identical, except the women's lace will match the charcoal color here, where men's have the black lace. And then we're going to come back with some new colors for July. We're going to have the powder blue for women with a little bit of purple on it, purple outsole. We are going to have the women's in the pink. So that berryish color, and then we're going to have the fairy tale pink on the lace in pop color. On the men's side, we're going to come back with a bright orange, which again, on the screen it looks more pink, but it's a bright orange. We're going to have a men's royal blue with a little bit of this green color on it. And then we're going to have the Reverie colorway, again, mostly white. You have that checkerboard around the collar lining, some black pops on it, and that's actually an orange outsole. And then on the men's, you're going to have a little bit of blue on both medial and lateral side. Outsole to mean that dark mulberry color, and you'll have an extra set of yellow laces for both men and women. August 1st, we're going to come back with that gum rubber outsole with the black upper for both men and women, exactly the same. And then for September 1st, we're going to come back with the Vizzy, and this will be in that Vizzy slime color. Same detailing, you got the reflective laces, you got a little reflective extra piping back here in the heel. So women's, men's, identical. And that'll be again, a September 1st launch. The price holds at $130, and again, the release date is in April. And then we have the Ride 14. I'm sorry, the Guide 14. Guide 14 launches right now in February. We're going to have the women's fog color with that cherry pop on it. So that's a current color that's being released right now. We're going to have a women's in the light charcoal with a little bit of this antique gold on it. And that outsole is a blush pink. Men's, we're going to have a charcoal with a little pop of yellow on it and a black, dark gray outsole. And then men's, we're going to have that fog color like on the women's, but with a little bit of royal pop and this green on it. So those are out right now at Runaway Shoes or within the next week or so. Then we're going to come back with a bright blue for women with that purplish lace on it. We're going to also come back with a Concord Purple with a little pop of red, and it's a light colored outsole on there. On the men's side, we're going to come back with that mulberry color, really strong, very masculine red. And then we're going to come back with a jade color for men, something fun, something a little bit different for the guys. And this has a little bit of, that's actually orange, not pink, with a black outsole. The Reverie color will also be a July release. So this is the women's. Again, toe down, mostly white. You have that checkerboard in the heel and some added black welding on the shoe. Then on the men's, blue outsole and the same upper patterns as the women's. August 1st, you're going to have that gum rubber outsole with a black upper on it. That's the women's. Men's looks identical right here. And then for September 1st, we're going to have that Vizzy Pro Collection. Again, this is more red. It's not Vizzy pink. It is a bright kind of corally red with a light citron outsole on it. And men's and women's look identical. So that is the guide comes out in February, and that's $130 shoe. For those of you that need moderate stability and maybe a little bit beyond the moderate range, we have the Omni. Omni is in the 20th version of the shoe. It is going to get an amazing update. It used to be a little bit of a clunky, little heavy shoe. Now it's gotten a lot lighter, significantly more flexible. It will have your traditional medial post on it, and also the straighter tooling, which will really help with that person that has overpronation issues, flatter foot, or needs some added stability in the ankle and the arch. It's going to retail at $130, so we held price on that. This again is not pink, it is orange, and this is the men's. This will also come in a medium and in a wide width. The women's in the black. I didn't mention it, but we're going to have a nice engineered mesh in here. You can kind of see it in that picture. And this is the women's. You have a little pop of purple right there. And again, this will come in a medium and a wide width. We're going to do the same thing with the gray. So the men's gray here, you can really see the engineering in the mesh. It's a nice jacquard print in there. Makes it look fast, makes it look light. Again, this is orange, not pink. Same thing with the outsole. And this is your men's right there. And your women's in the gray will have a little pop of that jade color. You see it right here on the logoing. Again, this will also come in a medium and wide. This is a July 9th launch. We're going to also offer in just a medium width, a bright blue for women with purple. Very great, just a great colorway. And on the men's, we're going to have a royal blue with black. Again, you can see that nice jacquard print. Here's the medial side of the shoe, outsole. We're going to launch in the Reverie colorway, so a white based. Again, mostly white. This will have an orange outsole on it, a little poppy yellow right there on the logo. Again, you really can see the good engineering and accents in terms of the stitching and the support built into the shoe. Your women's, that was your women's, and your men's Reverie is going to have that mulberry dark red outsole. Again, the medial side here, toe down. And then for September 1st, we're going to offer in the Visi Pro Collection. First time we've ever done that for an Omni, for that person that needs a little added support. Again, we added a little more flexibility, added the speed roll technology, which we have in the Endorphin series. So it's going to have a nice, fast ride to it. It's not going to feel like your traditional shoe for a pronation, and it will, again, retail for $130. The new Kinvara 12 is being released right now in February. We're going to offer it in February in the black with silver and white. Men's and women's looks identical. So there you go. We're going to have a cherry red for women. Now the cherry red for women will also come in a medium and a wide width. So if you need something with a little bit more width, you have your option right here in the cherry red. And same thing on the men's side, we're going to do a width color in the nice royal blue, a little bit of yellow pop on that, and same thing in the outsole there. So a couple of things with the Kinvara 12. We updated the outsole material, so it's more durable. It's still power run, but it's a blended power run light, we're calling it, which gives it a really light, really responsive, but still soft feel. It's not going to be mushy soft. It's going to have that fast feel to it. It's going to be your racer trainer, not necessarily only for the more competitive runner, but for anybody that wants a nice light shoe that still offers a really good responsive feel to it and is light, just feels great on the foot. Here's a new color for men. Again, this is orange, not pink, and this will be a July colorway. Your gray and black. We're going to do this beautiful fairy tale pink with the dark purple on it for women. This has been a really popular color for us, and that'll be a July release. We're going to do a men's in an orange, more of a fire orange. On the screen, it doesn't do it justice, but it's going to have a nice bright orangey color to it. We're going to do the Reverie for both men and women. Again, these are all also July colorways. You see that checkerboard print around the heel, gives it a fast, really light look to it. And then your women's here. And then for August 1st, we are going to do your black upper with your little pops of gum rubber on the outsole. And then the first shoe I showed you, first color I showed you was the Vizzy, and that'll be a September 1st launch. Identical shoes for both, or colorways for both men and women. The Kinvara still comes in at $110. And again, the initial colors will launch this month in February 2021. A couple more shoes in the trail line. We have the Peregrine, which released in January. The initial color for men is right here. The women's color I am missing. But this was a January release. Power Track outsole on it, Power Run foam midsole on it, a nice water release upper material, a D-ring for a gaiter in the front, and also an elastic D-ring in the back for a gaiter. Also nice and clear underneath in the midfoot if you have an old school gaiter on that. Again, Peregrine has been traditionally our #1 trail shoe. Has a nice light responsive feel to it. Excuse me. It works really well on trail. It rides really well on the roads. Has a slightly firmer feel to it because we're really making it so that when you're on a softer surface, when you're on dirt, when you're on grass, that it's not too soft and you're still getting that really nice responsive feel to it. In July, we're going to offer some new colors. This is olive in the heel for men. It's orange on the outsole, not pink. It has a nice mesh upper with a orange underlay mesh. So it really screams kind of old school traditional trail. Same thing on the women's side, but we're going to do it in a jade color. So jade pops in the heel, nice multicolored charcoal in the forefoot, and a jade color lace. We're going to come back with some brighter colors. I jokingly call them the European colors. So we're going to have a bright blue for women with a lime color heel and a navy blue outsole. We are going to do a royal upper with red heel and that lime color outsole for men. So something a little bit different. We are going to break all the rules here, and we're going to do a white trail shoe. So we're going to do a Reverie. Jokingly call it the urban trail shoe, but that nice checkerboard print that wraps around the heel, both medial and lateral side. Men's has a dark color outsole on it. And then the women's is going to have that purple outsole with that same upper pattern. Pretty cool. It's the urban trail shoe, someone that wants some style, but also wants something that's going to work really well on the trail. And then we're going to also offer in the Peregrine a updated version of the Peregrine Ice. So this has the Vibram Arctic Grip outsole on it, so it will grip on ice as long as it's not below 0 outside. When the ice gets too dry, this material doesn't grip on it. But in most situations that you're going to be outside running, walking, you will get an amazing grip on the ice with this. Great for running, also great for walking. I don't really call it a trail shoe. It's really more of a winter running shoe. The upper on it is a water-resistant run shield material. So the fabric itself is waterproof, but we don't seam seal it, so we can't call it a waterproof shoe. But for most practical running, walking purposes, it's going to be as waterproof as you need. We're going to do the Peregrine ST, which is the studded trail. So it has the most aggressive outsole that we make. Power track material, and then a shroud on the upper to cover the laces. Has a nice stretchy piece under here so you can tuck your laces under. And again, a water resistant upper material on that. So a DWR coating, women's color here, men's color here. And then we're also going to do a Gortex version of the Peregrine. So this is the Invisible Fit Gort. So it's the nicest, softest, most flexible gore material, completely waterproof, completely seam sealed. So women's colorway, and then your men's colorway. And to round off, what I'm going to present here in Trail, we're going to have the Mad River. The Mad River comes in 110, so a great price point for a highly technical shoe. Has two different materials, dual density outsole. So the spine down the middle here actually is a stiffer, heavier rubber. It grips into dirt really, really well. And then you have your sticky rubber all around it. It has an oblique toe box, so more of a rounded toe box on it. Also has a nice, and all of our trail shoes have this, but an elastic piece on the tongue. So you can tuck the laces under there so they're not flopping around while you're running. Double eyelets, hard to see there, but double eyelets. Double eyelets give you more options for lacing. Again, this is the men's heathered black color. We're going to do a men's heathered red, which again looks more pinkish, but it's actually a nice scarlet red. We are going to also offer on the women's side a heathered black with a little pop of purple on it. It's hard to see the purple, but there you can see it. The medial side, lateral side, in your outsole. And then we're going to offer that pretty purplish pink color, kind of berryish, both medial and the lateral side here. Again, same oblique toe box. And these will be color updates for June. So a couple other fun things we're going to offer right now in February, we're releasing a color called Future Black, which is a black base shoe with some neon pops on it. I don't have those samples right now, but in April, we will launch a Future Pink for women and a Future Blue for men. Offer a number of different styles. So this is the Endorphin Pro and the Future Pink. So pink based, almost that fairy tale color that I've been showing you. Some really fun color pops on it. So that's the Pro, the Endorphin Shift. So this is the shoe that comes in at 140, and these are the current models. So the updates won't be until June. But just a fun colorway, something to kind of highlight your spring. I'm going to do the Triumph Future Pink. And the lace is more of a teal color. We're going to have the ride and the guide. Here's your ride, both medial side and your lateral side. And then your guide. So again, fun, nice color pop on the midsole with all these. We're going to also do a Peregrine. So again, our trail shoe. These will be very limited edition, so we're not going to have a lot of inventory in these. So if you're interested, make sure you order them right away because we will definitely sell out. It's a very limited color story. And here's your Kinvara. So that's Future Pink. Future Blue, same styles, but your men's will be this light blue, a little bit of Vizzy orange pop on it, a little bit of green on the outsole. So that's the Ride, your Speed, Endorphin Speed, your Endorphin Shift, your Racing Flat, Endorphin Pro. And especially in the Endorphin collection, we will not have a lot of inventory in these. It's going to be very limited. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to Runaway Shoes right away. Your men's Triumph, your men's Peregrine, kind of a fun trail color. If Ice Age happens this year, maybe treat yourself and get a nice new pair. Your guide for men in the Future Blue. Again, an April 1st launch, very limited, and then your men's Kinvara. Last but not least, we're going to have a launch for May 1st, and that's going to be called New Neutral, which is a light tan, almost off-white colorway with a gum rubber sole on it. Something very different, maybe leaning a little more towards the fashion side, but in our best technical running product. So here's your Hurricane, your Triumph, your Freedom, your ride, your guide, and last but not least, the Kinvara. Both colors in new neutral, both men's and women's colors will be identical. So non-gender specific colorways. And that rounds off what we have for Saucony for spring, summer, and leading into fall 2021. Again, thanks to Runaway Shoes for inviting me to present here today. I hope you enjoyed the virtual VIP, and next year we will be back in person and having more fun than ever. Thanks so much. Saucony Paul signing off. Have a great week and enjoy your running. See you on the roads. Bye.